the second term, then we have the third term. Okay? Kwa maana yake tunasema kwamba, kama tunasema kwamba term maana yake ni sehemu ya algebraic expressions. Kwa tukiangalia katika hivi algebraic expressions ya x square toa 4x ina terms mbili ambazo ni x square na 4x, right? Tukiangalia pia hapa maana yake tuna terms ngapi? Tatu, ambao ni x, y na tatu there, right? So that's all about terms and its examples. So in terms, if you analyze these terms of algebraic expression, we can find that some of the terms are like to each other. So you can find 2 like terms or 3 like terms or 4 like terms in algebraic expression. So if that's the case, now we have to understand what the means of like term, because even these concepts of like terms, it can simplify our comprehensions. So it simplifies our comprehensions in simplification, right? Like terms, say like terms. So what the means of like terms? So we say that like terms we say that from one of the definitions are the terms of algebraic expression. Are the term of the algebraic expression. Are the terms, okay, like terms are the terms of algebraic expression of the same letter right? Okay, of the same letter or letters, right? So the same letter or letters. That the means of what like terms. The terms ambazo zipo are the terms, so this is plural. So these are the terms of the algebraic expression of the same letters. That's the meaning of 40 of like terms. Example of like terms. So example of like terms is if you have 6n minus 4x plus 3n, like that. So then let's say you say that plus 3y or plus 7y, right? So examine that expression. So this we call the algebraic expressions. How many terms are there? So how many terms? So this we call the algebraic expressions. All of from 6n to 7y we call it mathematics algebraic expression. How many terms does it have? 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has 4 terms, right? Then how many like terms? The like terms are only 2, 6n and 3n. 4x is not equal to 7y. And also most of them, x and y, are not equal to what? To n. So for this expression, you say that 6n and 3n are like terms. So because they are like terms, we can do operations between them. Okay? So 6n and 3n, these are the like terms. Like terms, right? So you can do n operations on those like terms and simplify the expression, right? So I'll teach you later how we do that. Then another concept which is very important that you encounter in the question, we call it coefficient, right? So this we call the coefficients of 40, coefficients of terms. Say coefficients of terms, right? Coefficient of terms. What the means of coefficient of terms, right? So we say that coefficient of terms, right, of terms, we say that is a number, the number that precedes the number that precedes the letter of each term. the letter of what? Of each term. This is fundamental algebra or elementary algebra. So we are trying to define every term before this. We'll solve many questions more than even what you're expecting. So don't think that we don't have questions. We have many questions and we solve many exercises from the reference books that I've mentioned in lecture 1, or in session 1. So it's a coefficient of the terms is the number that proceeding or precede what? The letter of each term. So each term should have what? Something called the coefficient. We learn also the concepts of coefficient in when we're learning about the function. Okay, fine. So let us see, let me give you an example of how you can see coefficient. Kwa nikupe mfano wa jinsi gani ambavyo tunaweza tukaona coefficient ya term katika mlinganyo wa algebra. Okay? So if that's the case, we say that we say for example, we say that because you have the coefficient, for example, that is 6x minus 4z plus 8, let's say 8n, right? So this is an algebraic expression. So for example, how many terms does it have? So these expressions, they are what? First off, for all, they are derivative terms. What are the terms? First term, second term, third term, right? And then, do you have any like terms? No, we don't have any like terms. X is not like Z and 10 is not like M. And X is not like M also. So we have unlike terms. So what are the coefficients? So we have 3 coefficients there, right? So we start with coefficient of the first term, which is 6x, is 6. So this is called the coefficient, right? 6. Then we say coefficient of the next number, which is 4x, is what? Is 4. Coefficient of 8n, right? Coefficient of 8n, this is equal to 8. So 8 is a coefficient. Even if that we have a scenario like this, the coefficient of the third term is what? Is 1, right? So coefficient is what? Is 1, right? So that's all about 13. Coefficient of the terms and the coefficients of terms. Coefficient of terms and the and terms themselves, right? So that is great. So then the next concept now, we say that you have to do the basic operations for the algebra. Basic operations for the algebra. Basic operation for what? Algebra. So I'm going to spend a few minutes on these basic operations of algebra, and specifically I'll be focusing on addition and subtractions of algebraic expression, right? So we say that the next step, I'll like us to spend a few minutes on basic operation. Now we know the meaning of what? Basic operation of what? Of algebra. And the basic operation, we have addition, multiplication. So remember that we have addition, we have subtractions, we have multiplications, we have division, right? Those are the basic operations of algebra. But we'll be taking a different look on these basic operations of what? Of algebraic expression. Of algebraic expression. of algebraic expression. For algebraic expression. So what do you say that? We say that terms of algebraic expression can be added or subtracted or multiplied or divided. So the terms might be added, subtracted, divided, or multiplied, right? So that is. So he said that let's say, let us see addition and dirty and subtraction. Addition and subtraction of what? Of algebraic expression. Algebraic expression. Algebraic expression, right? So you say that terms of algebraic expressions can be added or subtracted, and if the terms are like terms, then we can simplify them. So let us go straight forward to the example, right? So this is example 1. This is the example 1. We say that simplified expression. So these examples are very simple. Simplify the expression. Okay, simplified expression are 3n minus 7n, and then say that plus 12n. Solution. Very simple question. We have to simplify. First of all, how many terms do you have here? So in the given expression, how many terms do you have? 3. 1, 2, 3. How many basic operation? 2 minus and what? Addition, right? These are these like terms? Yes, this is like terms to this and this is like terms to this one. They have the same letter, right? In each term. So we have 3 terms and then they have the same letter, right? So the first stage for solving this problem, hatua ya kwanza unapokuwa unatatua haya matatizo ya namna hii, kwamba check if the expression contains what? Like terms, right? Contains like terms. Contains like terms. So what does it mean? So you say as 3n minus 7n plus 12n, right? So 3n minus 7n, this is negative 4n plus what? 12n. 12n minus 4n, this is equal to 8n. Then you are done. So you have already simplified. That's 3n minus 7n plus 12n. That is equal to what? Is equal to this is equal to 3n minus 7n plus 12n. This is equal to 8n. Okay, this is equal to 8n. Again, just within a short time. This is according to this reference book. in one of the reference book called Secondary Basic Mathematics, book 1. So we are doing the reference on this book. So now we have to solve some examples from this book, and then some of them are leave at the homework for you. So this is example 2. Example 2, so example 2. Example 2 state that simplify 6m minus 4 minus 2m plus 15, and state the coefficient of m. State the coefficient of m. So okay, that's the question. We have an expression that contains 4 terms, so it's very simple. Ni swali rahisi, manake kwamba tuna expression, algebraic expression ambayo ina terms 4, 6m, 6m, toa 4, toa 2m, jumlisha 15. First term, second term, third term, fourth term. Term ya kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu, ya 4. Okay? So as I told you, the first step always, hatua kwanza, okay, check if there are like terms. So angalia katika expressions tuliopewa kama kuna like terms. Yes, like terms zipo. Hii na hii ni like terms, hii na hii ni like terms. Kwa nini like terms? Hapa ni 6m na hapa ni 6m, 2m. Hapa ni 4 na 15, zote hazina herufi, kwa ni number. So you can collect like terms. So if you have the like terms, you say that collect like terms, alafu simplify, right? To collect like terms, you say that for this case, you have 6m minus 2m, then you say that plus 15 minus 4. So you can collect them like this. 6m minus 2m, we can answer twice. You can subtract it. And the difference is 4m, right? 15 minus 4, that is equal to what? 11. So after our simplification now, we say that the expression 6m minus 4 minus what? 2m plus what? 15, right? So this one, after simplification, we just have 2 terms. 4 terms, 4m plus what? 11, right? Baada hapo, swali pia linatuambia kwamba tafute coefficient ya nini? Tafute coefficient ya m. Je, coefficient ya m pale ni nini? What the coefficient of term m? So the coefficient of m from here is 4, right? I told you the meanings of coefficient. So you say that the coefficient of what? Of m is what? Is 4. So this is the part of the answer for the previous example. Okay, so if that's the case, we say that you can go for example 3, and this is a homework, your homework. So make sure that this you call it homework 1, but because this is the second session, so we call it homework 2. Because it's the second session, right? And then start the question state that very simple. Ni swali rahisi, simplify the expression. So simplify the expression, okay? Simplify the expression for x plus what? Plus 6y minus 3x and then plus 5y. Okay, alafu and state. Okay, A nasema state what? State A so the homework is stating that simplify the expression for x plus 6y minus 3x plus 5y and state A, the coefficient, is the homework tool, but also it is example 3. So it's example 3. Okay, state the coefficient. State the coefficient. State the coefficient of y. And then B, the number of terms. The number of terms. The number of terms. So it is simple. That's simplify. Simplify the expression. So let me read the question. Simplify the expression 4x plus 6y minus 3x plus 5y and state A, the coefficient of y, and B, the number of terms. How many terms are there? So simplify the expression, state the coefficients of y after simplification, and then the number of terms. Hii ni kazi ya nyumbani, mfano wa 3, ambayo swali nasema kwamba rahisisha mlinganyo huu 4x jumlisha 6ay toa 3x jumlisha 5y, na useme kwamba coefficient ya x baada ya kusimplify ni ngapi? No, coefficient ya y, samahani. Coefficient ya y baada ya kurahisisha ni ngapi? Alafu pia utuambie baada ya kurahisisha kuna terms ngapi? Kuna kwamba huo mlinganyo wako utakuwa na sehemu kuu ngapi? Kwa hiyo hakikisha kwamba unafanya mwenyewe, jaribu kufanya huu mfano, ni mwepesi sana, na kishafanya huu mfano utakuwa uko tayari sasa utakapoenda katika zoezi la 7.1 katika kitabu hiki cha rejea cha kidato cha kwanza. So make sure that you do this homework yourself, and then after doing this homework we will be okay. I think it's the simplest questions if you refer what I've been teaching you from the beginnings of this session 2 to the ends. So then I would like just to ask you that make sure that you try it yourself before you go for the session 3, where actually that you are going to solve problems on exercise 7.1 of algebra. So thank you very much for being with me. I thank God first of all who have given me this chance. I glorify Him, and He's the one who deserves all the praise and glory from what I've been doing. And thank you yourself for taking your time, being with me and joining me. May God bless you abundantly, and join me in the next lecture. In case that you have any question, please don't hesitate yourself to ask in the comment section. And even if that you want to establish the online group discussions, make sure that you use the comment section. So thank you very much. I would like to meet you in the second session. And may God bless you abundantly, and make sure that you share these contents with other students. Thank you very much. See you in the next lecture.